Okay, in this video we're going to be showing you how to make a stinger hook. And a stinger hook is nothing more than a treble hook attached to a 1.5 to 2-inch leader that you use to hook on to a jig to make it more of a quick strike jig. It sits on it just like this. And when I attach a minnow to it, I tend to hook the treble into the base tail of the minnow. You can also shorten this up by taking this off and hooking it to the eye as well, just like that. And I use this when the walleyes are being a little bit more finicky than they should. They're light biters or whatever. That way you can get a quicker strike out of them. Now, some of the things that we're going to be using here is a number 10 treble hook, which is just about perfect for walleyes. I lost it for a second. You can either use these, which are a little bit more hardened. These are both Moostads, but this is from a hardened steel. When you get this snagged, it is probably not going to come out near as easy as, say, the bronze type, bronze color I should say, which is more the wire version. These tend to be a little bit more flexible, especially when you're in snaggy areas, and the hook will bend before the line will break. So that's something to look at as well. Again, these are size 10 Moostad hooks. I think, I don't know, a pack of 5 hooks costs somewhere around $2 at the local fleet farm. And then these are the little sleeves, the little collar sleeves that I use on the end of the leader. As you can see, they're fairly tiny. I need glasses and small hands to deal with it, but American Fishing Wire makes these. As you can see, they come in a pack of 36, and for what I'm using size 1, which is 0.033 inches inside diameter of the barrel sleeve. And the reason that we're going with that size is because of the line that we're using. I picked this up at the store. This is Trilene 10-pound test line. It's this one, I believe, is 0.014 inches in diameter. You can go anywhere from 0.013 to 0.015, somewhere around 10 to 12 pound test line roughly. That'll fit those size sleeves fairly well. So we'll get started here just to show you what we're doing. I set up a jig here on a piece of wood with 2 nails. Right now I got the nails about 2.5 inches apart. For a little shorter, as you saw this when I hooked it onto this jig, it did come out a little bit long. It's really meant for a larger jig, or for a larger minnow that you're going to use for the 2.5. You can go down to 2 inches if you want, or if you're even using even bigger, you can go up to 3 inches. It's completely up to you. You can use a heavier leader if you're going for northern with a larger hook. That's entirely up to you, but just remember that the sleeves size is going to matter, because you need to go 2 passes through that inside hole, and the bigger, more pound test the line, the harder it is to get through. So you might have to go to a size 2 or a size 3 as you get up to 20 pound test, just depending. Again, these AFW sleeves I got from Amazon.com. I think I paid $3.88 for a pack. they come in, I think this was a 36 count, which is roughly 10 or 11 cents a piece. So you add that 10 or 11 cents a piece to the hook itself, which might cost a quarter. So now you're up to about 35 cents to make one of these, and I believe a pack of 3 of these in a store probably costs you around $3.50. So you can see the savings, and if you get a little bit of time, it's kind of fun to just to kill time, make your own fishing equipment. So what we'll do is we'll start off with a little bit of line here. I tend to go with a little bit longer. It's just easier to work with when the line's a little bit longer. Line is cheap. So you can use, when you're tying your hook on, you really use any knot that you're comfortable, any fishing knot that you're comfortable making. My father, I don't even know the name of it. My father taught me this 40 years ago, and I've just been doing it ever since. And it works, so I just never changed it. Basically, go through the hook, wrap it around the line 6 or 7 times. These hooks are sharp. Go through the loop you made. Go back through the bigger loop and pull it tight. It's just a simple cinch knot. And then just trim off the excess. Okay. Back to this jig. Like I said, I got 2 nails. They're 2.5 inches apart. I used finished nails. You don't have to clip the heads with those. That's why I did it this way. This nail, as you can tell, has got a bend in the middle, and that's to make it easier for 2 of the trebles to hook over and make this easier to work with. Just so you know what we're trying to accomplish. Okay, now we'll take one of these little barrel sleeves, feed the line through. Again, I'm half blind, so it's hard to do this. Plus it's a little dark in here. I need a little bit more light. But just take it, loop it back, and try to slide it back through. And that's really all there is to it. You can grab the tag end, stick it on there, start pulling this. Now we'll hook our hook up there. We'll pull it tight, and that's where we got it. And then we'll just slide this all the way up. Okay. Next, what we'll do is we'll just make a little loop in this line. Just one single half hitch, I think they call it. Knot. And don't tighten it down. I take a little nail or paper clip or something here, stick it in the middle, hold it down right at the sleeve so it slides all the way down there. And then pull that out and give it a little tug, making a little knot, and that won't come undone. Trim that off. And that is all there is to it. now you have your stinger hook. That collar comes off, and there you have it. There's your stinger hook. It's a nice little stiff stinger with the 10-pound test line. Again, because of these sleeves, it allows you to reuse these stingers over and over and over again without having to clip the line. If you could tie it yourself, absolutely you could. But once you slide it over here and snug it down, it ain't going anywhere. It really isn't. And then, like I said, if you want to shorten it up, you can put it over the eye of the hook and snug it down. There you go. And again, you can shorten these up and make it 2 inches. It's about probably as short as I'd go, anyways. Or you can lengthen it and go as high as 3 or 4 or whatever suits you. So, hope you enjoyed it. Together, like I said, cost about 35 cents to make. It took, once you get everything together, it took us what, a minute? So, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.